How's it going, everyone? It's Sam. Do you ever have one of those days that you're just kind of sluggish, don't really feel like doing much? I was having that exact kind of day up until I heard about a couple things. First of all, one of the stocks that we have that I own that I've talked about once, maybe twice before, increased their guidance for 2021 and increased their revenue expectation by about 50% from what it was before. They're expecting 20 million. Now they're expecting 30 million. And that's an increase of 200% from this year because they just had 10 million this year. The stock price is going up, but I might buy some more because I am pretty bullish on this. And there is another company that I want to talk about too that's been blowing up recently that might be a good option for you. So I'll talk about both of those. I think they're both really exciting, and one of them I own. I'll just explain what's happening and kind of a big catalyst that's coming for these companies. So if you guys like this, please leave a thumbs up. I really appreciate it. Please hit subscribe if you haven't done that. It's right down there. We're on the road to hopefully 100,000 subscribers in the next few months. If you guys want, there's some free stock from WeBull right down there. You can just deposit $100 using that link down below. Helps out the channel a lot. And if you want to pick up on some of these companies a little bit earlier, you can check out the link down below to my Patreon. We talk about these companies all the time, and people are always in there talking about different hot stocks. So we have over 1,300 people. You can definitely check that out down below in the description. So we've been doing really well with a couple companies recently. First of all, BNGO has gone up 220% since we invested in it. We also had another company, CELZ, that went up 70%, I think. Actually, it went up over 100% in a day, right? The day that we bought it, we were up about 50%. I think I sold off at 50% up just in an hour since I actually bought it. But these companies are ones that you might want to hold on for a longer term. So Bitcoin has been going insane, and if you guys haven't been watching over the weekend, it has been going up and up and up. Since the new year, it went from about 28,500 to 31,500. So while the market's been closed, it's up 10%. Now it's at $31,443 at the time of this recording. Now I have one company that has exposure to Bitcoin, and shout out to BlockFi. There is a link down in the description for that too. You can invest in Bitcoin if you're interested in investing in the Bitcoin, and you can get interest up to, I think, 5 or 6% on that Bitcoin. But the company that I'm invested in that has ties to Bitcoin is CLSK. So this one had a slight up day on Friday, but I think it's going to go up a lot on Monday for a couple different reasons. First of all, just look at the 1 month. We bought it $18. It's pretty much been straight up since there. I don't think it's too late though, because like I said in my previous video on this company, even though it's up from $2 a share, this company just acquired a Bitcoin mining company, and they're expecting big numbers. So they came out and said that they had mined a couple Bitcoin in the first week, but the cost of Bitcoin keeps on going up, so it continues to push the stock price up. Now, this is not just a Bitcoin mining company. They do a couple different things. So they're actually a grid company that focuses on energy utilization and storage and stuff like that. So they're diversified in what they do, but the major catalyst, I think, is on the Bitcoin side. The cost of Bitcoin has been going up, and they just came out with this. This was just from a few days ago, and it's pretty wordy, but they talk about how Bitcoin has traded at about $28.5 thousand per coin, and they have acquired additional miners from the ATL close. That was the company that they bought that had Bitcoin mining. Now, they think that they can lower the cost of Bitcoin mining, which is a huge part of the profitability of these businesses, and they increased their guidance to $30 million for fiscal 2021, which is a 300% increase from what they delivered in 2020. I don't think enough people are looking at this. This company is growing very quickly. It is trading pretty expensive, so if you look at the 4-year, they're expecting 30 million. That means the price to sales is right around 23 right now. But the thing is, they're growing at 300% a year. I mean, look at what they've done so far. They went from 1 million to 4.5 to 10. So it started to slow down a little bit, just doubling, and now they're expecting 30 million. So this is going to put them about 6 months ahead of pace from what they were expected. And then I think it will just continuously push them forward because they'll be able to be pretty profitable. They've been able to pick up 2 other companies too this year. So they're looking to buy new companies. The great thing too is since their stock price is up so much, even over the last couple months, it makes it a lot easier to acquire these new companies because you don't have to pay as much, really. I mean, they don't have to dilute as much, and that will keep their cash pretty strong. They would be able to dilute if they ever needed more cash, too. I mean, we see NNDM do that all the time. But they have $40 million worth of cash as of October 2020. And they only had $2 million worth of total liabilities at the time. So they're in a really good position right now. So the thing is, you have to take into account that if Bitcoin goes down, and it could go down, if it goes down, this could send the stock price down. The thing is, though, they are diversified. They are diversified into the grid, into electric. So if the cost of Bitcoin goes down, they should still be able to make money off their grid side. And you can actually see how the revenue is broken down here. This is from their latest report. This is just from the 31st, actually. They are expecting actually $20 million in revenue from the current business segments, which is the grid company, and then they're expecting the recent acquisition of ATL Data to contribute a minimum of about $10 million a year in Bitcoin mining revenues. So they're expanding their general business, the grid part of their business, significantly. And they had a really nice pipeline the last time that we went through their investor presentation of, I think it was around $12 million or so. They do have a lot of money coming from their actual business that isn't tied to Bitcoin mining, which I think is really important. They're still growing the other side of their business at 100% a year at this point. So what I'm doing is I'll probably buy a little chunk, and kind of ride it up. The thing is, though, we've seen a large increase in the Bitcoin price, in the cost of Bitcoin, and a lot of people are saying that the cost of Bitcoin is going to go up to a couple $100,000. Some are saying $500,000. Some people are talking about how, it would make sense for major companies to put their money in Bitcoin, because if they start doing that, or put part of their money in Bitcoin, if they start doing that, then other people will flock to it and send the stock price up, or the Bitcoin price up. Some people are saying, too, that, well, first of all, Elon Musk reached out to someone that said that, Tesla should put half their money in Bitcoin or something. And he reached out to them and said, would this even be allowed? And so he's showing a little bit of interest. Now, if you want to go with something that has possibly more growth potential because it's not diversified and it really just focuses on Bitcoin mining, you could go with something like BTBT. This is one that my brother-in-law actually talked about recently to me about. And it went from pretty much a penny stock a month ago to $22 a share. It's up about 333% over the last couple weeks. It is sitting right below $1 billion. And this one is a Bitcoin mining company. Again, it's really focused on Bitcoin mining. So this one has mined about 1,331 Bitcoin. And they just started this year. So you can see we commenced the Bitcoin mining business in February 2020. You can see kind of their growth, and it's leveling off a little bit. I'm not sure exactly why that is, but just December, they added an additional 18,000 units, which I think pretty much or almost doubles what they're doing now. Now, I'm not a Bitcoin aficionado, but it is something that could be quite interesting if the stock price or the price of Bitcoin keeps going up. You can see their third quarter 2020, they were able to mine about $8 million worth. And this makes sense for what they did before, because look, they mined about 800 Bitcoin, 700 Bitcoin, and the stock price was, I keep on saying stock price. The Bitcoin price was about $10,000 or $11,000 per Bitcoin back 3 months ago, and it's tripled. So I think they could probably triple their revenue for this upcoming quarter. Now, this was just released a few weeks ago. And again, that's just the cost of Bitcoin that went up that would cause it to triple. They also acquired about 17,000 more miners. It says the number of miners was 22,000, and then 17,000 were acquired in the third quarter. And then they just added a lot more. Like we said, they added another 18,000. So they're going to pretty much almost be able to double, add about 40%, 45% more miners. So if you increase how much they were able to mine, so about 800 miners times about 1.4, something like that. I'm just doing this off the top of my head, so you can correct me if I'm wrong, but let's say it's about 1,400 Bitcoin then. And instead of 11,000, it's now 33,000, just to make the math easy. 1,400 Bitcoin times 33,000, that would be tripling their revenue. Let's just say it's 30,000. Okay, back and forth in my head, but that would be about $42 million worth of revenue as opposed to $8 million. $42 million over 4 quarters. That's about 160 million, and they're trading under $1 billion. So in my head, I might have to buy into this company. I think both of these are ones that are really interesting. If you're looking to get into Bitcoin but want to buy something that mines Bitcoin instead of something that is pure like speculative on Bitcoin's price. So I think one way to think about it is like buying gold versus gold mining stocks. So that's one thing I think about. I just think they'll continue to ramp up the production. Now, how viable are these 20 years down the line? How much are they going to be able to mine? We don't really know. I don't know a ton about the Bitcoin mining industry, what the outlook is 20 years down the line. But right now, I think there are going to be some major catalysts, and I think both of these could jump up a good amount on Monday because, again, since we actually stopped trading just on Friday, December 31st, end of the day, 28,600. Now it's up about 10%. So in theory, I could see both of these going up dramatically. I mean, at least 10% because of the fact that Bitcoin went up 10%. And probably more than that because more people will flock to it just thinking that they waited too long and the stock price or the price of Bitcoin keeps on going up. These companies' stock price keep going up. So again, I would consider it. Again, it's a little bit risky because of Bitcoin. The stock market in general is risky. And take this with a grain of salt because, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not a stock analyst, but I do own CLSK. I'm up 50%. I do not own BTBT, but I plan on possibly buying it. Again, major increase on Friday. And the thing is, the stock or the price of Bitcoin, I don't think went up that much on Friday, and it went up 44%, the cost of BTBT. So check both of these out. Let me know your thoughts down below. Again, approach at your own risk. If you guys want to check out a different way of kind of capitalizing on Bitcoin, you can check out the link down below to BlockFi. There's a link down there. You can get interest on your cryptocurrencies, even if you just do something like a stable coin. That's what I invest my money into on the platform. They pay 8.6% APY on that. Let me know your thoughts. And if you guys want to see a different stock that I bought recently that I really like long term, and it was a penny stock. I bought it just over $1 in price, and it's almost out of the penny stock category right now. It's almost at $5. It's at $4 right now. You can check out this video here. Thank you guys, and I'll see you in this video. Bye.